We are about to uncover a journey of threads, needle, and bold moves. Hi, Sumayyah.
Hi, Fatima.
Why did you choose to focus specifically on modest fashion?
I want to promote modesty in society.
How do you continue to learn and improve your craft?
I have role models.
Any success stories so far?
I have taught many people.
How can entrepreneurs identify what product is right for them to sell?
They should start by observing their environment.
Should entrepreneurs always sell what they love or what's in demand, or is there a balance?
Balance is the key. If they only follow trends without passion, they may burn out quickly.
What's one mistake entrepreneurs make when choosing product to sell?
Sometimes they follow the market blindly.
What advice would you give to beginners trying to decide between different product ideas?
You don't have to get it perfect in a day.
Okay.
Business is a journey of
learning, adjusting, and growing.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
It all started with a tiny pause, a little girl, and a 20 naira note. What came next? We're about to uncover a journey of threads, needle, and bold moves. Hi, welcome to yet another interesting episode of Campus Hustlers, your weekly dose of entrepreneurial spirit unfiltered. I'm your host, Fatima Zakariyya. I am an entrepreneur, a corporate event anchor, a voiceover artist, and of course, I am a podcaster. Joining me on today's episode of Campus Hustlers is Sumayyah Afunso, a 100-level Geology student at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, with a flair for creativity and a deep-rooted passion for entrepreneurship. Sumayyah is the brain behind a modest fashion brand that combines tailoring, crocheting, and knitting, skills she began honing as early as primary 2. Back then, she was just a little girl selling tiny crocheted purses to her classmates for 20 naira, unknowingly stepping into the world of business. Her early mastery of crochet and knitting naturally evolved into tailoring, where she found her niche in designing and sewing modest wares that speak elegance and comfort. Beyond fashion, Sumayyah is also into mini importation, sourcing unique items from China to complement her brand offerings. With years of hands-on experience, she has developed a keen interest in marketing and product strategy. She loves to share insights on how to position a product, identify the right audience, and master the art of advertising. Sumayyah's journey is a beautiful blend of passion, persistence, and purpose, proving that starting small can lead to something truly remarkable. Hi, Sumayyah. It's good to have you on the podcast.
Hi, Fatima. Thanks for inviting me here.
How are you today?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
Alright, so Sumayyah, let's start this way. Can you take us back to when you started crocheting in primary 2? What inspired you at such a young age?
Actually, my mom inspired me because
Okay.
my mom crocheted and knitted. So I watched her all day knitting and crocheting. So it was just a natural thing for me to do. So I took the hook iron that day and I discovered I could do what she was doing. Then I decided to start creating some things, and later I started creating courses and I started selling it to my classmates then at the rate of 20 naira and 10 naira.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so Sumayyah, how did your interest in crochet and knitting transition into fashion designing?
You know, crocheting and knitting is creating of wares most times.
Okay.
So it gave me the passion of creating wares, and I decided to go into fashion designing because I fell in love with creativity, especially when it comes to creating modest wares. So I just had to learn fashion designing from experts who are specialists in their area of specialization. So I also become a specialist in fashion design.
This is beautiful. Alright, so Sumayyah, why did you choose to focus specifically on modest fashion? Why modest fashion?
Why I choose modest fashion is because I want to promote modesty in society.
Wow.
As a Muslim, I know Almighty Allah will be happy with me if people are patronizing me for the modest wear. You know, it is what I give to the society, they will accept from me. So by making modest wears, I'm promoting modesty as a good
Beautiful.
Muslim.
Alright, so Sumayyah, which skill do you think has contributed the most to your your growth as a fashion entrepreneur? Is it crocheting, is it sewing, or something else entirely?
I think knitting skill has contributed mostly to it because my mom do collect contract of cardigan. So working with my mom all the years, I have more knowledge on business, on how I can be able to handle my own customers. So knitting skill really helps me a lot with the help of my mom.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now, Sumayyah, how do you continue to learn and improve your craft?
I continue to learn and improve my craft. I have role models who are specialists in my niche. So I ask them questions and they explain to me how they overcome challenges and everything. And so I also read books relating to my area of specialization. So it will give me more knowledge on how I can become better, how I can offer good service to my customers. And I also ask customers for review and feedback on how I can adjust, how I can serve them better.
Interesting. Okay, so now you crochet, you sew clothes, you are also into mini importation. So tell us, what inspired you to venture into mini importation?
Actually, what inspired me to venture into mini importation is because of this yarn. There are some yarn that cannot be gotten in Nigeria, and I want to give my customers the best products, offer a unique service that is going to stand out and well known and renowned. So I just have to consult someone who is an expert in mini importation, who can take me through on how I can get those special yarns from abroad, so I'll be able to give best to my customers.
Beautiful. Let's just say that you went into mini importation to satisfy your customers. All right, so what has been your biggest challenge as a young entrepreneur and how did you overcome it?
My biggest challenge before was low sale because I'm kind of introverted, so I don't really know how to talk to people and I was not really making sales like that. So I just decided to get more courage and I started by advertising to people small, like going to their house to tell them I make this, I make that, they should patronize me. And they really helps me because some people will be like, they are not even really interested in what I'm selling, but they want to patronize me because I'm young and I'm doing something. They will even give me tips that they like me, that I'm a good role model for their children. So later I started advertising online. I started sending to my friends and alhamdulillah.
Beautiful. Alright, so now Sumayyah, so far so good. What has been your greatest achievement? Any success story so far you would love to share with our listeners?
My success story is the fact that I have taught many people crocheting, knitting, sewing, even mini importation.
Wow.
So seeing them achieving success too in what I've taught them is another happiness for me. I'm always happy seeing them doing great things in what I've taught them, like also becoming a specialist in crocheting, knitting and the like, and also seeing them teaching others too is a source of happiness for me. And also when my friends are recommending me to others that I'm very good at what I do is another happiness for me. Also taking others, delivering everything is a success for me. And also as a young girl, being able to do many things on your own without asking from your parents. And it's a sweetness on its own. Even you being able to give others. I'm not saying that I'm okay.
I get it.
From
the little you have.
Is another happiness for me. So I can say it's one of my success stories.
Beautiful. All of these are in these success stories. The fact that you taught people sewing, knitting, mini importation, and you're seeing them succeed and you were able to do things without asking your parents, and the fact that you are also giving from the little you have. They are all in this success story, Sumayyah. Alright, so Sumayyah, future vision. Where do you see yourself after graduation? Do you want to practice as a geologist, if that is what they call you people, or you just want to be a business tycoon? You want to be a businesswoman, just commanding attention everywhere?
I want to be a business tycoon, commanding everywhere. By then, inshallah, I want my projects not only to be known in Nigeria, but all over the world. I want to be sending my products to Chinese companies, Dubai companies, Egypt companies too, because those companies they source for modest wares. So I'm producing modest wares of high quality, top notch modest wares that I'll be able to sell it to those companies. So I want my brand to be known worldwide. So that's my vision after graduation. And by then I want to teach thousands of students crocheting, knitting and tailoring, so they will also be independent.
Beautiful. And I pray that may Almighty Allah grant your heart desires so that that in the next few years after graduation, I will wear Sumayyah's clothes, say that, oh, she was once upon of my podcast. Look at what I'm wearing today. She made it. By God's grace, you're going to get there, inshallah. All right. Sumayyah, what message do you have for students who want to start a business, but they feel like they are too young or too inexperienced? You know, you are also a young person.
Actually, I started crocheting in private too, and it was just a hobby then and selling for my classmates on a low key. So they don't have to wait until they graduate before they have everything figured out. They can start small. Their journey will teach them more than any textbook. They can sell to their friends, they can test their ideas, they can fail and also try again. Every great entrepreneur started somewhere. With time, they'll be able to overcome every challenges through prayer, hard work, and consistency. And they can also look for role models like specialists, as I always say, who can take them through their journey process, how they started and everything. So they are going to learn from them, from their experience, and be able to become better when they want to start.
Beautiful. Sumayyah, it has really been an amazing time with you as far as the first segment of the podcast is concerned. Trust me, I have really learned a whole lot from your story. Alright, so Sumayyah, before we dive into the second segment of the podcast, tell us, where can listeners find you? Because I can tell that some people are listening right now and they can't wait to connect with you. So tell us, where can they find you in case they want to connect with you?
Actually, they can find me on Facebook.
Okay, what's your username?
Afunso Sumayyah.
Okay.
And Sumi Crochet Space.
Okay, that's your business page.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I will definitely add that to the description box. Alright, so listeners, we are about to dive into the second segment of the podcast. Alright, so Sumayyah and I, we are going to be exploring the topic, selling the right product to the right people. That is the topic we are going to be looking at in this segment. Many student entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general are stuck, not because they are not talented, but because they are selling to the wrong crowd. In this segment, Sumayyah and I are going to be unlocking the secret to consistent sales. Okay, so Sumayyah, I hope you're ready for this segment.
Yes, ma'am, ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yes.
Alright, so Sumayyah, how can student entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs identify what product is right for them to sell?
They should start by observing their environment. They should look at their school, their community, their online space. They should check what people are searching for, what people want to spend their money on. That is where business opportunity lies. You know, students now, they want affordable products. So provide products that are affordable, trendy, and classy for students. Great business starts from simple solutions to everyday problems. So they should try to offer solutions to the problem in their environment. It's to determine the right products they can sell.
Beautiful. Okay, now, Sumayyah, should entrepreneurs always sell what they love or what's in demand? Or is there a balance?
This is a common question, and the honest answer, balance is the key.
Okay.
They need to sell what they love and also what is in demand. If they only follow trends without passion, they may burn out quickly.
Okay.
Especially when challenge arise. And also, if they sell only what they love without checking the demand, they might struggle to make sales.
Okay.
So when passion meets demands, that is where the magic happens.
Okay.
So they should study their environment. With that skill, what they love to sell, they should see if it's aligned with what is in need in the environment.
Okay.
And if it is not in aligned, they should also try to find another thing they love that will align with the demand in the environment. So it should be balanced. When they are making profits and they love what they are doing, that is the sweetness of the business.
Beautiful, Sumayyah. And a very good example I can give of what you just said is that, for example, Sumayyah is into a fashion wear business, but then Sumayyah is in Zaria and she realized that as somebody that is into selling modest wares, she realized that the people here, after she made her research, they actually love gowns more than hijab. They prefer modest gowns more than hijab. But then, what can she do? The best thing she can do is, okay, she should produce more of modest gowns. Okay, so now, Sumayyah, can you share a time where you tried selling something that didn't work and why it didn't? Have you ever experienced that?
Yes. I once tried selling crochet cardigan with quality yarn. So they were beautiful. They were actually really beautiful, but they were so expensive for students. So most students could not afford them, no matter how much they liked them. So what I now did was I consider the pocket of my students, and it will determine the type of products I'm going to use for them. So I'll be able to make more sales.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I did not check what students can afford before I decided to produce it. I produce it because I love it.
Yeah, and you feel like it is beautiful.
And it will suit them well. But that's not actually
how
it works.
Yes, you now realize that yes, it's fine. Students will love it, but they can't afford it.
Yes.
Beautiful. And that is very, very important. I have ever experienced something like this. I produce something, I feel like it's beautiful, students are going to love it, but the price and the feedback, sister, these things are beautiful, but they are expensive. You don't have like 250, 350. It's normal. I can actually relate to what you just said, Sumayyah. Okay, so Sumayyah, tell us, what are some ways to figure out who your ideal customer is? How can you do that?
Ideal customer are those who benefit most from your products and they are willing to pay for it.
Okay.
And to figure that out, we need to ask ourselves that who usually buys from me, what age group are they in, what's their lifestyle like, and what problem do they have that my product solves. So I can also look at comments on social media, DMs, and people who shared my post and ask them questions.
Okay.
So these are strong clues about target markets.
All right.
And also asking the audience directly what they want is very, very important. It shows that we care and it gives better answers.
Beautiful. Okay, so Sumayyah, have you ever made adjustment to your product because your audience needed something different? Aside the fact that you did a crochet sweater.
Yes. When I started crocheting, I was making like adult wears. Not when I was in primary school, like when I started.
When you started in full.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was making more of cardigans and likes, but I discovered that my customers needed more baby items because most of them were nursing mothers. So I had to make more of baby wears like baby shoes, baby cardigan, baby socks and the likes. So it fits what my audience wants.
Beautiful. Okay, so now Sumayyah, let's assume I want to start a business or I am into a business already. I'm selling something. How can someone tell if they are selling the wrong product to the wrong people? Are there signs?
If you're always trying hard to convince people to buy and no one seems interested,
okay,
or you keep hearing I love it, but I wish I could buy this.
Okay.
You might be offering something great but the wrong market, or your pricing might also be high,
okay,
or the packaging or the messaging is not resonating.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, I get that. And I love the fact that you made mention of I love it, but the price of, there are instances where it's actually expensive, but they are actually wrong customers in the sense that it's luxury. I need to send it to people who appreciate luxury and who understand the value of that particular item you are trying to sell. Okay, so now Sumayyah, tell us what's one mistake student entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general make when choosing product to sell?
Sometimes they follow the market blindly. They
Okay.
copy what others are selling without understanding the market. What works for one person might not work for another person.
Okay.
So it's important to choose something that fits your skill, your audience, and the environment you have.
So the fact that I love to sell tote bags, I know what it takes to produce tote bags in different designs. But then I see Sumayyah selling modest wares and she's excelling in it. I should not say, I think I should give modest wear a chance. Let me see what it looks like. That means I'm actually following the market blindly because I don't have what it takes to produce modest wear. I'm actually good in producing tote bags. So please, in case you are listening right now, one mistake student entrepreneurs make is they often neglect what they have creativity for and go for things that they feel like they should just give a try, not because they are good at it, but they see that a particular person is excelling in it, forgetting that for that person to excel in it, they have what it takes to be in that particular niche. All right, so thank you so much for that, Sumayyah. So Sumayyah, finally, what advice would you give to beginners trying to decide between different product ideas?
My advice for them is that they should test their ideas and stay flexible. They should not be afraid to experiment, you understand?
Okay.
And they can use their immediate network like their friends, classmates and family to get honest feedbacks.
Okay.
And they should also know that they don't have to get it perfect in a day.
Okay.
Because business is a journey of learning, adjusting, and growing.
Business is a
Journey of
learning, adjusting, and growing. Beautiful. Okay, Sumayyah, it has really been an amazing time with you. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast. But then before you go, I have just one question for you. If you are to collaborate with any fashion designer that deals with modest wears, who would it be and why?
I would like to collaborate with Smart Modest Wear and Ahmadu Creation.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me why these two people?
Smart Modest Wear, she's someone I really admire a lot.
Okay.
And she's very, very good when it comes to producing modest wear, and she's my role model.
Okay.
So I'm very, very happy if I can collaborate with her, because I'm going to gain more experience on how to become better in this modesty clothing brand.
Wow, that's beautiful. And I pray that very soon, one day, you are going to collaborate with her. She will even love to collaborate with you. Come in. We are talking about somebody whose modest wear is going to China, Egypt soon. So what are you saying? All right, I swear, like I said, it has really been an amazing time with you. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast. Thank you for coming. All right, hustlers, that's all we have for you today. I hope this episode ignites your entrepreneurial fire. Rate and review this podcast using the hashtag Campus Hustlers on all social media platforms. If you're yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button now. Until next week, stay hungry, stay focused, and keep hustling. Bye-bye.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakariyya.